Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I have the Onda V80 Tablet PC. Now I found this off of GearBest website and it was really interesting because if you look on the back here, this has a 1920 by 1200 resolution. Now I'm going to double check to make sure that that's not an error right there, but that's what I saw on the website too. This apparently I got at GearBest and it's different from because I usually get it at Walmart or Amazon, but nonetheless. It has a A64 processor, I believe, Mali 400 MP2 GPU, 1 gig of DDR3 RAM, 8 gigabytes of internal storage, Android 5.1. In the box, you get the tablet itself, a couple user manuals or some other stuff here. And I don't know what this is. Certification of quality. We get a micro USB cable, probably to recharge the tablet. Turn it on for the first time. It's powered by Android. But yeah, it's just made of plastic on the back. There's a texture feel here. The Onda logo, a rear camera here, a micro SD card slot. We'll see how much it can take. And then on the side here, we have the power button, volume rockers. On top, we have the headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter, a micro USB port, and my guess is that's a DC port right there. And then this looks like it would be the speakers. So the speakers are on the side, I'm assuming, because I really don't see a speaker grill. So if it's on the side, I guess that's more tolerable than having it on the back. Alright, so after playing around with this for a bit, there's quite a few things to get through. I connected to Wi-Fi first off, and I watched a video here and there. I went on whatismyresolution.com, and it didn't show that it was 1920 by 1200, but I'll get to that in a second. So out of the box, you have about 4.62 gigs available, and you can use a micro SD card to expand your storage. I don't know exactly how much. I heard someone say it was 128 gigs, but that was for the Plus version of this. And the Plus version is basically you have Android and Windows. You can dual boot it, but it's for about 100 and something. It costs more, that's for sure. I checked my videos out, my own videos, and I checked other videos, and it was able to play in 1080p. But if I just go onto the browser really quickly, on the website it shows that the resolution is 960 by 600. Now this is really confusing, and it would be really misleading if that's true. But I think that the website is wrong on this in this case, because number one, I've seen quite a few screens throughout my career, and you know, this seems to be really sharp. Not really sharp, but it seems to be pretty sharp for an 8-inch screen. So I'm a little lost on what to believe, but I am siding more with the 1920 by 1200. I at least believe that it's 1920 by 1080, because if you look here, the quality of the video, it can be played all the way up to 1080p. But one thing's for sure is that it's pretty slow. So I'll keep your expectation low, but for media consumption, it's pretty good.
Don't buy everything at once. Patience is key if you want.
This is at full volume right here. So the speaker grill is on here. It doesn't really get that loud. If you put your hand underneath, it might help a little.
One day you'll see a
like this. And then if you go ahead and put your finger on there, it pretty much the sound just diminishes. You can still hear it a little though. So for watching videos, you know, at 1080p, that's pretty sick. I don't know exactly how to prove to you that this is in 1080p, but it does play the videos on YouTube at 1080p. So that's definitely a good thing. With the Mali 400 and everything else, I would say this is pretty good so far. For the screen itself, of course. So I went on this website, dpi.lv. And the first thing that came up that it was a 1920 by 1200 resolution. Now I don't know if that's for the screen itself, it just recognized that, but it's not 13.3 inches. It's an 8-inch device. And so yeah, for the screen itself, you know, that alone makes a tablet worth it if you're going to go for media consumption. Now of course, you know, it's going to be pretty slow. If you interact with the screen when you're on YouTube sometimes, it slows down a lot. This might hinder your performance. But nonetheless, you know, if you're trying to save money, this would be the way to go. I know this is a Mali 400 MP2 GPU that's in here, but I still want to try it out, see what we can get out of it. One other thing is that it kind of slows down even more when there's something downloading in the background. So it gets a decent score of 25,000. For Playing games at 1080p, I don't think it's going to be possible. It's probably going to slow down a lot, but hey, again, we'll see with 2 games we'll check out really quickly in just a second. And yep, Mali 400 MP2, so it does show that it is in 1920 by 1200 resolution. Regardless, like I said before, I can see that it looks sharp. 1 gig of RAM, you know, everything we said before pretty much. An ROM V8 processor, so not exactly sure which one that could be, but yeah, I'll have this up on the subreddit. And I gotta say, I just noticed this while I was just holding this in one hand, but I can hold this in one hand pretty well. It's an 8-inch display, so the bezels aren't too thick on the sides. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit of like a kind of a stutter, like it's not smooth. Stutter's probably not the right word. I could tell really well because I've tested out quite a few tablets, or I've played this game on many different devices. And the problem with this is that, you know, this game gets faster as you keep going. So at those points, if you slip up, it might be due to the tablet just like lagging or something. That's just my guess though. Can't say for sure. Subway Surfers ran decently. It was good. It wasn't too laggy, but again, like I said, I saw a bit of slowdown, and that might affect you later on as it keeps getting faster. Now Geometry Dash, I don't see a problem with at all. Yep, no slowdown whatsoever. So surprisingly, it plays games, like definitely 2D games, decently. So we got one more game here, Monster Dash. By the way, all these games I played are free on the Play Store. The first one was Subway Surfers. The previous one was Geometry Light. So it was a light version. There is a full version you got to pay for, and then this is Monster Dash. And I don't know if you noticed, but there was a bit of a slowdown there and stutter, or freeze, however you want to call it. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, there you go. Happened again. I guess when there's a lot of NPCs down there, that's what happens. But yeah, so overall, I would say this is a good tablet for watching videos, that's for sure. Definitely not the best to play games. Maybe a Game Boy emulator might work. But again, I would like to maybe do a full review if you guys want to see one. It's totally up to you. Gosh, my camera died on me right there. But yeah, so if you'd like to see a full review, let me know. And stay tuned for more. As always, thanks for watching.